Hi, I'm Darren Bent and you're watching RWD TV. Yeah, I mean, I think when I was a kid, like, obviously, so I was an Arsenal fan, and I was like, a big Thierry Henry fan, and I just wanted to be like him. And like, if you're talking about explosive and pace, and you can't get much better than Thierry, to be fair. So when I used to go down to Arsenal when I was a kid and watch the games, he was frightening, to be fair. So I think when I started to play for Ipswich and things like that, it was because I wanted to be like Thierry, to be fair, and that's probably why I concentrate on trying to get quicker and being as fast as I could. If you talk about best player I probably ever played with, then Luka Modric, I'd say. People don't understand. I mean, I know he's had quite a difficult time at Real Madrid since he's been there, but like when he was at Tottenham, he was head and shoulders above everyone. He was just that good that people used to watch him in training and just think, wow, this guy is incredible, to be fair. So he probably is the best player I've played with. Like, biggest influence on my career in the dressing room, probably Marcus Stewart when I was at Ipswich. He was a striker and he was always talking to me and always saying, like, when you get in the first team, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. You'll be fine. I say to him, like, I'm only like 16, 15, 16. He'd be like, trust me, give it a year or so, you're going to be in this team because you're good enough. And he's probably had the biggest influence, I'd say. So when I first went to Tottenham for a big transfer fee, that was difficult because I was young. It was a big transfer fee, and I mean, a lot of people talk about the time. But after that, I mean, I went for 24 to Aston Villa, and it didn't faze me one bit. I mean, I went for a lot of money to Sunderland as well. And to be fair, it's something you just learn to deal with, and I learned to deal with it. And I think you grow from things like that, and it was fairly easy after that. I don't know what it is. I think, when I was there, George Burley was the manager, and he was never afraid to give youngsters a chance. To be fair, whatever age you're on. I remember when I was in the under 19s, he said, if you're good enough, you're old enough," and that was the motto for everyone. And there must have been, I think, 4 or 5 of my youth team that got into the first team. The year above me, there was about 4 or 5 as well. So it was just like a conveyor belt. To be fair, they just keep coming through. Probably the day I made my debut for the first team. It was against Helsingborg in the UEFA Cup. I remember being proud, like, coming on and nearly scoring that game, and then my next game I did play. I come on against Newcastle and managed to get a goal. So them two there, probably making my debut and scoring my foot, it's probably my 2 proudest moments. So I don't even quite know, to be fair. I mean, the transition from obviously not playing at Tottenham as much as I'd like to going to Sunday every weekend and showing everyone that I could score the goals is probably the biggest transition in my career, and the one that I've been most determined to do, to be fair. And I think once you're playing well for your club side and banging in the goals, and England just seems to come, and then obviously once I got the taste of playing for England, I wanted more and more of it, and I just was determined to do as well as I could for the club side to become England number 9. I've always been a big Jordan fan myself. Like, I collect trains, to be fair, and like Jordan 4s, they were my favourite. But I think the Nike Yeezys, the kind of Yeezys, have probably taken over, and they're probably my favourite trainer now. Probably a couple of years ago, I was a big Air Force fan, to be fair, but for some reason I moved away. I moved to Air Max 1s, moved to Jordans, and that's like the Yeezys, to be fair. So the Air Force don't really get much of a look in, but to be fair, the new Lunas, I just said they are nice, and they feel nice on my feet, to be fair. You get a few. I mean, anyone I know that's really into his trainers as much as I am is Ben Foster. Like, he collects his trainers, and I mean, he shops eBay every day looking for trainers, to be fair. So he's the only one I know that really is into it as much as I am. Like, most footballers, they like trainers, but they like them because they look good, but they don't really know the history of them. Whereas Ben Foster's the only one I know that's really into it, like, proper. Right now, probably, like, rap-wise, I mean, Kendrick Lamar is probably my favourite rapper right now, along with probably ASAP. Foreign, but if you talk about, like, domestic, then Wretch, that's what I listen to. Is when it comes to, like, English artists and Wretch, I listen to Wretch. I listen to a tiny little bit, but it's all about Wretch. So that's what gets blazed in my car when I'm driving.